Hey guys, Da'Jhan once again from Los Angeles Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and we have none other than the 2021 Ram TRX. Like I mentioned, we have the 2021 Ram TRX. So you're gonna ask, what's the difference between the regular Ram 1500 Rebel and the TRX? So one thing Ram has done to make sure that they can feed this massive V8 enough air is go ahead and remove these fillers here to make it fully functional to have airflow. We also have another inlet here with some heat extractors to make sure it can remove as much hot air as possible, because what that does is limit the performance. But they've also added these inlets here to just give it that extra cherry on top to make sure it's breathing efficient. One thing I love about this truck, and I know you guys would agree with me as well, is look how beautiful these HID lamps are with this beautiful HID strip around it. We also have the amber markers here to make sure people know how wide this truck is in the middle of the night or in the middle of the desert when there's really no lighting. We also have these beautiful HID fog lamps as well. We have the amber markers right here, the intake ductlet. They wanted to kind of make it look flow, not all over the place. That's why we added them here, and you can see they're kind of spread apart evenly just to give it that nice little flare. We also have the amber marker here, like I mentioned, so people know they can see you, with the hybrid tow mirrors as well on the Ram TRX. So here we have it, folks, the 6.2 liter Hellcat motor, spitting out about 702 horsepower with 650 pound-feet of torque. So think about that on this type of truck with these type of tires, you can see what type of performance we're doing here with the Ram TRX. If we go ahead and pop up what's under here, which is going to be the massive air, actual air box to make sure we're feeding this engine. We go ahead and pop this up. This side. Here we have it here. We have our lunch ready for us. We have the Raptor that's being taken out by the TRX. And we go ahead and move this. We also have the massive air box that's going to be feeding the 6.2 liter V8. So here we have it, folks. The Ram TRX is set up. We have the 19-inch bead-lock wheels with the 35-inch tires that are wrapped around them. We also have the heat extractors here. Ram really knew what they were doing with this one, because they're making sure that this truck is breathing as efficiently as possible. Here we also have the tow, or actually say the hybrid tow mirrors, which is a key thing when you're going to be towing with this truck, because you can tow up to 8,100 pounds when properly equipped. If you're going to be towing a larger load, you can flip up the mirrors so you can get better vision and clarity when you're going to be towing that large load. And with the blind spot detection, it actually can detect it when you're towing a trailer as well, to make sure somebody's coming in that blind spot when you're towing your boat, be able to know when they're on your side. Here we also have the metal side steps here to make sure that if you're going to be tackling any rugged terrain, they're not going to be ripped off or damaged, because you can see how durable those are. I actually hurt my knuckle right there. So what Ram did to kind of complement the 35-inch tires, they kind of widened the wheelbase just to make sure for better clearance for any Baja jumping, things like that. Also, if you want to add a bigger tire, you can. And as you can see in the back, we also have the 5th wheel prep. So if you need a spare tire in case of an emergency, you already have the preparation right here, and there's no additional ads. So you come look as well, folks. Look how massive the tailpipes are. I can almost fit my whole fist in here. That's how large these things are. So if you want to go ahead and do a mid-mouth read on this, you probably have a gang of angry neighbors on your hands. Now that we're done talking about the exterior, let's go ahead and jump in the interior. Here we have it, guys, the interior of the 2021 Ram TRX. You can look at how luxurious the interior is. You would kind of think with this type of truck they may have missed out on this, but no, they've actually homed in on this one as well. Because look at the fine, the refined stitching on the steering wheel, also the doors, even the red accents on the red speaker, or I should say the Harman Kardon speakers, because yes, it has the 19 speaker premium Harman Kardon sound system. It has the red finishes on the dash. We have the heads-up display, beautiful 12-inch display as well. going back into towing, if you're going to be towing anything and you need to get any help as far as steering, you have the trailer steering. You need to keep an eye on that load, you can go ahead and hit the surround view camera, hit that trailer cam to watch what's going on. Another cool thing about the TRX is if you do plan on putting on any auxiliary lights, like on the light bar, or if you want to add them elsewhere, you do have the auxiliary switches right here to go ahead and add those lights, so they don't have to add those switches all at the bottom of the vehicle. Also, what we have right here on the actual actually the middle center console is showing you what the VIN number is, also what the horsepower and torque is of your vehicle, and just giving you, I guess you see right here, the supercharger is just showing you the size of the actual supercharger itself. We also have the carbon fiber finishes right here in the back, heated and cooled seats for your passengers, so if you guys are in the middle of the desert, it's a little hot, everybody can stay nice and cool because you have the heated seats, or I'm sorry, cooled seats in the rear and also in the front. We also have the massive paddle shifters. If you want to go ahead and launch this thing at the drag strip, you can go ahead and use the launch controls right here. You can even use them from the bottom. Another cool thing that Ram has actually done, I know some people were really not a fan of that knob shifter. We also have the traditional shifter now right here, so you don't have to worry about if you're turning up the radio or putting yourself into reverse. So here we have it. We have the TRX's drive modes here. Right now we're sitting in auto mode. If you're going to be doing any just regular, you know, street cruising, has kind of like a street feel on it as well. If we go up to snow, what it's doing, it's actually getting, the computer's telling the suspension and also, you know, the drive shaft here to get prepared for maybe a little slippage or maybe some heavy snow that needs better low range power. We also have the tow mode that gets the rear suspension and also transmission prepared for a large load, because as I mentioned, you can tow up to about 8,100 pounds with this vehicle. Sport mode is like if you and your buddies are out trying to see what this bad boy can really do. Just gives it the steering a more responsive feel, gives the paddle shifters a little more responsive feel because you may be going to the track. We also have Baja mode as well for any high-speed desert running or also jumping. We also have rock mode, but the only thing with rock and crawl mode, you have to be in four-wheel drive low to enable that option. We also have mud and sand. Maybe there's a sand mudslide that may have happened, or if you are in the middle of the desert, you have this ability to make sure you're getting the best possible performance. Lastly, another cool feature is the valet mode. You may ask what valet mode is. Valet mode is to make sure if you go anywhere, you don't want anybody to punch it, you don't want anybody to mess with your vehicle, you can actually use a 4-digit code that restricts the engine's horsepower and performance to make sure that they're not out here whipping this truck like it's theirs. So there you have it. This truck also has a heads-up display that tells you what the mile per hour is and what your current mile per hour is. So it's going to let you know if you're over the speed limit or if you're doing the speed limit. We also have the rear view LCD to make sure that you are paying attention to what's going on behind you, and if you just want to keep in close eye what is going on behind you or on your load. And if you just want to flip it back, you're back to your standard rear view mirror. Once again, I'm Da'Jhan. Thanks for watching our video here at Los Angeles Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the new 2021 Ram TRX. If you have any other questions or want a review on another vehicle, go ahead and drop it down below in the comment section. My information will be in the description as well. If you're wondering where I got this cool TRX shirt from, go ahead and follow Jeep LA on Instagram, or if you want to come on in to Los Angeles Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, our store is located in store if you want to come in and get some merch as well. See you guys soon.